check it. How was the best kept secret till I leaked it? Flow seasick, then I pieced it like a beatnik. Last of the Mohicans get to geeking when I free kick B-R-O-O Caitlyn Street shit. On the corner where they crack slang, gang banging, hanging the struggling things. I beat the odds like a bitch with no tolerance. I ain't been common sense, common name was common sense. Bozo, with my 9-0 flow. Wrap around my pretty little finger like a yo-yo. Know we got that good grow, sticky like a moco. Flicking on them bics, now my eyes are rojo. Frontin' is a no-go, something like Dickens. How I make the plot thicken, and that's words of fried chicken. I hold weight like a girdle with the verbals. Used to hit myrtle for the herbals. Vocabulary hurdles, and it must have been the purple that provoked her. Thought she was that piff, rolled her up and smoked her. Should I spit be equivalent to rubbing two sticks in a pit? What you get? Straight fire. Pushing rhymes like the new supplier. Stringer bell style, you would think this was The Wire. Nitty Scott MC.
First of all, shout out to West NYC. We're out here in New York City, and I got this crazy interview, this nice little secret that a lot of people don't know about. But let me introduce her right now. Sitting here with Nitty Scott.
Yes.
MC.
MC.
But is it Nitty Scott or Nitty Scott MC?
It's like, Nitty Scott MC.
As one?
Yes. Okay. I go very hard about that, like branding that, like on the flyers and everything. I always make sure it's like Nitty Scott, MC.
Where's that from? Where did you pick that up?
Well, there's a few reasons why I did that. One, the obvious MC, as far as wanting to be differentiated between a rapper and an MC. I do think they're different things. I don't think there's anything wrong with being a rapper. You know, I'm not getting at the rapper, but I want people to understand that I'm here to embody a culture, that I'm here to, you know, rock the crowd and not just entertain with words. You know, it's a little deeper than that for me. So I always want people to understand that I'm an MC and not a rapper. And when you look at like a doctor and they do you know, whatever their name is, you know, Dr. Johnson, comma MD. Yeah. You know, it shows that they're certified in what they do and that they've gotten their doctorate in you know, whatever line of medicine that they practice. So it's sort of my play on that whole thing, like comma MC as opposed to MD. So it's like I'm certified in this, you know, School of Hard Knocks, this is what I do. So you know, just a little creative thing that I wanted to play with. And then Nitty Scott, you know, is my actual name. You know, I went by that since like high school, but just added the MC, and that's my stage thing.
I love it. So you're still considered underground as of right now.
Yes.
Eventually, this mainstream thing will come. Do you want it? Do you want to be like on the radio and on MTV and just really like plastered everywhere, or do you appreciate the underground like quality that you have right now?
Well, I'm not against it, you know, I'm not against the mainstream. I don't think that everything on the radio is bad, or, you know, like you necessarily have to sell out to end up on these major networks or in rotation. I'm more about staying true to myself, you know, and to this culture. And if those things come to me, you know, as a result, I would definitely embrace them. It's interesting because we've never set out to appeal to the labels or the radio, and coincidentally, we've sat down with a lot of labels. Like
they're checking you out.
Yes, a lot of the majors. So it's dope when you don't put together the press kit and you don't say, hey, check me out, right? It's more about I'm making so much noise in these streets amongst the people that the industry wants to tap into that.
So as of right now, you're not signed. You're still
not at all.
shopping for a label?
Not shopping. No.
Not shopping. It's kind of just you out there chilling.
I'm indie, loud and proud.
Spitting it, just waiting for them to come.
Yeah, I embrace that very much. I want to like thug it out for as long as I possibly can. I really do, just because I cherish my freedom. I cherish my creative freedom and the fact that, you know, I don't have to be concerned about the singles or the hits or the sales or anything like that. Just, you know, I write for myself and for my fans. You know what I mean? I just now got to the point where I actually write with fans in mind, because a year ago I didn't have any. So, you know, it's a transition that I'm making, but I definitely don't ever plan on just being all about, you know, hits and awards and all these things that are definitely dope looks, you know what I mean? But that's really not what I'm after. I think there's a difference between wanting to make an impact in music and be here for longevity and wanting to just be famous. I would love to bring this, you know, very pure, honest, raw hip-hop to the mainstream. You know, I think it would be a good look for hip-hop. I think it would be a win for hip-hop. But if I had to sacrifice my message or my sound for that at any point, it's not going to happen.
There's a problem right now, and I personally feel like there's not a lot of hip-hop female artists. Nicki Minaj is killing the game right now. Everybody else is kind of just like, So what are you bringing different? Because, of course, when you come in the game, they're going to say, oh, she's trying to be like Nicki. Oh, she got hair like Nicki. Oh, she got pink lipstick like Nicki.
Right.
So it's like...
Even if it's something that just girls
do. Like, oh, she got nail polish not like Nicki. Like, what the hell? So what's the angle that you're coming at into this game? Like, what exactly are you trying to address?
I would say, I mean, my greater message is definitely, you know, the peace and love, you know, sort of movement. But beyond that...
Hippie movement?
Yeah, hippie to a certain extent. I consider myself very urban, bohemian, you know, sort of style. But it's also more so about me as an individual, being honest. And I feel like that is completely lacking in the industry right now. It's like it's all about perceptions and fronting and making things appear to be, you know, what they're not. And I'm really not about that. And I think that it's the easiest thing to do, being yourself and being honest. It really, you know, it doesn't come that hard, but for whatever reason, it's very rare in the industry. So I'm sort of here to be the MC that you can trust again in hip hop. It's like it's lost all of its integrity to the point where, you know, you have to be very selective about what you let into your home, into your spirit, into your, you know, your classrooms or whatever the case may be.
And I think that's good, yeah.
Yeah, you have to, because you can't trust everything. It has to be screened for me. You know, I have to like filter because of the state of hip hop right now. I have to filter what I allow into like my whole psyche. And I want to be someone that people don't have to do that with. I want to be someone that people, they trust me. When I say something, they believe me. They can bump me in front of their kids. You can bump me in front of your grandmother. You can bump me with the thugs on the block, because at the end of the day, it's real.
I feel like you're tackling a generation that's kind of lost right now.
Yeah.
So your message would be great.
Right.
Because we don't have that anymore.
My generation doesn't have a Lauryn Hill, and it's not to
we
knock.
Don't.
It's not to knock the other, you know, female, you know, MCs or entertainers that are doing their thing right now. To each their own. But I am worried about more than myself. If I wanted to do what is going to be the most instantly gratifying for me, if I wanted to do what was going to benefit me the most and put the most money in my pocket, I know the formula. All you got to do is look at the game. I know the formula. I'm not willing to do that, because this is bigger than myself. This is not just about so that I can pop bottles with my team and like go shopping. Like it's
we can't pop bottles.
I mean, you know what? I don't think there's anything wrong with I don't think there's anything wrong with success or celebrating that success.
Okay.
But I think people,
the message.
They're just it's too self-indulgent. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I want people to relate to me and connect to me, and not everybody knows what it's like to be flying first class jets around the world and you know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody lives like that, and if that's the life that you've earned for yourself, more props to you. I celebrate success all day, but I am here to be bigger than that. I really am, and I consider, you know, the weak, the poor, the dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things that we just cannot forget about, that, you know, I'm definitely trying to bring to light in a way that we can still progress this culture and preserve it at the same time. And I think there's a very fine line of balance that you have to be able to find as an artist, where you can still appeal to these old school heads and they can still say like, yo, shorty reminds me of like Light or Lauryn Hill when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? But still appeal to my generation, you know, in the way that they don't think I'm corny, they don't think I'm preaching to them, they think I'm just as cool as the next person.
What's interesting about you, and what really made me want to do this interview, is you have like the intellect of Lauryn Hill, but you spit hard, like Lil' Kim and like MC Light. Like, there's a rawness to you. Even when we were doing when you were rapping outside, we met and you were like, oh, you know, real girly, and then you started spitting, and it's like, yo, straight 180. It's like a different person. It's amazing. The Boombox Diaries, Volume 1.
Yeah.
That's coming out. That's your little project.
That's my baby.
Your baby. Any dates on that? When can we be looking forward to that? Because I know you're working hard.
Yes, no street date just yet for the Boombox Diaries Volume 1. It's actually interesting because the Boombox Diaries Volume 1 has been experiencing a lot of the politics and just the things that come with actually being in the game now, and not just being an artist or just putting things out, but someone that's actually being checked for. There's paperwork involved. There's, you know, all kinds of things that I really never had to deal with before. So it's been a learning experience, trying to put this out. And I also, you know, delayed it a few times more because at one point I was ready to just put it out, but then I started to get this attention. You know, I started to be put up on higher and higher platforms and have more and more people checking for me. And then I started to think, you know, well, with that being said, I want to make sure that this shit is perfect because
it's the pressure.
Yeah, it's the pressure of the eyes on me. You know what I mean? So then it was like I delayed it for, you know, quality at one point, where it was like, yo, I want to work on this even more and tweak it even more, just because this is my first big presentation, is my first real introduction into this game, and I wanted to take my time. And I think that's something that artists also need to be more empowered to do. I don't think that, you know, you should hold out, you know, for a long time to the point where, you know, you're not hot anymore. But I do think that it's okay to hold out when it comes to quality. You know, if your fans really, you know, love you, you know, and support you as much as they say they do, then they'll wait for a quality project as opposed to something that you just put out to answer the demand, you know. And it's about not treating my art as a commodity necessarily. You know, this is not a product, and it is to a certain extent, you know. But I don't treat it that way. It's art, it's poetry, it's something that has to continue to be worked on and perfected. So that's what's been going on with the Boombox Diaries.
It's coming. She hasn't been missing. She's just working.
It's coming. I'm just working on it. In the meantime, though, I am dropping sort of like a farewell to summer.
Check this out. This is first.
Doobies and popsicle sticks will be dropping towards the end of summer. No street date just yet for that either.
Okay.
But doobies and popsicle sticks, yeah.
Doobies and popsicle sticks.
Yeah.
Please expand on that, because that is super
honestly,
left field.
Yo, that was just like a random thing that I just thought of on some, like, yo, I want to encompass my summer, my sort of first summer in the game. You know what I mean? Like, it's been crazy. Nothing like any of my other summers in life. So I just wanted to capture, you know, what my summers is about, and there was a lot of doobies and popsicle sticks going on this summer. So, you know.
So you're telling me that if God had an iPod, you would be on it?
I would hope so.
You would hope so?
I would hope so, yes. It's a little pretentious to say. So I would just hope that, you know, I would be God's style. That would be cool.
I need you guys to make sure you look out for Nitty Scott. She has a lot going on, and personally, in my opinion, if you haven't listened, I need you to. And I see a future. I see a future with you. I'm telling you this honestly. Like I told you before we were off camera, I feel like you have something special, and you know, it's only a matter of time.
Yes.
Everything happens in time, and I think, you know, your time is approaching soon.
Thank you very much.
Young grasshopper.
Young grasshopper. Yes, now I'm working very hard, and just I'm really like a sponge right now. I feel like I'm in school.
Grooming season.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in school, and while to a lot of outside people, I might, you know, it's like I've read blogs and stuff where it's like, yeah, you know, she's spitting like a vet and da-da-da-da, and I think that's so cool, but at the same time, I do consider myself like a rookie, you know what I mean? But I'm completely embracing that. I'm like a sponge right now. I soak up everything around me. I observe, you know, the way things work, and I really think it's preparation for something bigger.
Yes.
You know. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nitty Scott, MC.
Dopeness. That was sweet.